I am happy to introduce our next sponsor, TPL from Pakistan. The story of TPL started a little bit over 20 years ago, based on the vision of the founder and group CEO, Ali Jamil. TPL is nowadays a great combination of super professional business operations, from real estate to security service and venture capital and insurance. And there's a great connection between Finland and TPL as well. Finland made their first ever equity investment in Pakistan with an investment in TPL Insurance in 2022. And I have a great pleasure to have a talk with my dear friend, the CEO of TPL Insurance, Aminuddin. So nice to see you, Amin.
Likewise, always good to see you, Ville.
So we had a great pleasure to have TPL with us at the Finland-Pakistan Business Summit in 2022 as well. And in 2022, TPL Insurance actually came part of the Finnish story when Finland made their first equity investment in Pakistan. So tell us a little bit about TPL Corporation and TPL Insurance as well.
Right. So TPL is a relatively young group if you look at it from its vintage perspective. It's about 22 years old, where the sponsor owner, Ali Jamil, started this corporation. But I think one way it stands out in the Pakistani corporate landscape is the fact that it kind of defies the norms. TPL and its multiple companies, TPL Insurance is one subsidiary of the corp, essentially stand out from the rest of the Pakistan corporate market by virtue of defining the markets that we operate in. So whatever sector, whatever business activity that we do, I think taking vision from the sponsor, we tend to come up with new out-of-the-box solutions, which we also then define how the market then looks at that segment of the market we're operating in. So right now there are 3-4 spheres of influence that the group has. TPL Insurance is obviously on the general insurance side. We similarly have a very cutting-edge business on the life insurance side. So those are the 2 insurance businesses that the group has. Then the oldest business in the group is TPL Tracker, which is an asset tracking, initially used to be for automotive vehicles, now is pivoting into an IoT business. We also have a company called TPL Maps, which is essentially the Google equivalent, from a Google Maps equivalent for Pakistan, the only maps company in Pakistan. And then a very large business on the property and the real estate development side. In all of these businesses, what we will find the group doing, and even in insurance, is we are effectively testing new frontiers, using technology as part of our DNA to kind of automate and digitize and get operating efficiencies which were not possible in the old brick and mortar world, and essentially redefining the operating landscape of the businesses and the communities that we are a part of.
Some of the Finnish companies already know I'm very often using TPL Corporation as an example when I'm taking Finns to Karachi and I'm taking you to the Finns to your headquarters, just to show how the modern business life of Pakistan actually looks like. So you have now a little bit of experience with Finns now, with the FinFund investment in TPL Insurance. So what's based on your own experience, how do you see this? How Finnish and Pakistani companies could work together?
So I think what we appreciate about the Finns is the perspective they bring to our businesses. In many ways, European countries and Finland in particular have evolved in areas of thinking and operations where I think there is a few things to learn from. So where we find, since that partnership that we've had for now a year and a half, we find FinFund particularly helping us is on our eco footprint, women diversity. These are all very key themes, which are global themes, but I sometimes, in certain cultures and in certain environments, you tend to kind of overlook them. And also, I think from looking outside the box, so we've had introductions made to via FinFund to meet similar counterparts in other parts of the world. So it's been an iterative process of learning from each other, seeing how we can complement each other's strengths. We know the local market better than obviously Finland companies who have not operated here. And Finland brings us a fresh perspective from a European markets perspective, telling us what are the new trends, what are things that we need to adopt, particularly on terms of green credentials. So it's been an interesting learning for us working with the Finns. And what we appreciate is the patient capital, whereby you guys are not in a hurry. You guys are not looking to operate as some of the hedge funds and the venture capital funds do, where they're interested in just making a quick turn. What we appreciate is the perseverance, the depth of knowledge and experience, and the patience to allow things to happen. And these things in our part of the world take a bit of time. And then we're grateful for that.